Alright, we are back, and this is some extra tech deck coverage. We're going to do some Last of Us multiplayer. You probably already watched the single player video. I'm now playing multiplayer, and just for your knowledge, I uploaded the best game that I played in, so do not take this as indicative of my general talent at Last of Us multiplayer. The multiplayer in Last of Us draws on the single player experience. You choose whether to play at the beginning as either a member of the Fireflies, which is a resistance group, or the Hunters, which are a member of the roving bandit gangs that you will take out during your time as Joel or Ellie. I went with option B. I'm a member of the Bandits, and once you pick that, if you if you tie your profile to your Facebook account, you will actually gain followers who are named after people who are friends with you on Facebook. I didn't show that part of the experience in this particular video, but you basically play through what is 12 weeks of surviving the zombie apocalypse. There are no infected in the multiplayer mode. You're playing against, obviously, I've got 3 human teammates here, and you're playing against 4 human opponents. The crafting mechanic is also available in the multiplayer experience, and you pick your class. Very Call of Duty-like sort of mechanic. You start with a primary sidearm weapon, a primary full auto or assault major long rifle type weapon. And then you can pick up different weapons and purchase weapons using parts, which you pick up through, you can see the green there. I've got 245 parts right now. You pick up as you play through the game, killing opponents, reviving teammates, that sort of thing. The blue number indicates how many cans of food or supplies you have for your followers, which you will add to as the game progresses here. You basically play through 12 weeks, which is 12 times 7. Do some quick math, 84 matches, and if you survive without losing all of your followers, you get a fancy schmancy trophy or achievement. Well, I guess trophy, since this is a PlayStation exclusive, excuse me. There are 3 match types. The match type I'm playing is called Interrogation, and what you have to do is, it's very Gears of War-esque. You will injure opponents, and as you can see, I'm down right now. You can't shoot while you're down. You have to be revived by teammates, that sort of thing. In the interrogation game mode, and I can see in the radar somebody's about to come around the corner, take him out. I'm going to interrogate him right now, trying to locate the location of the other team's lockbox. It's kind of a capture the flag type of thing. You got to do 5 interrogations, I believe, to figure out where the lockbox is, make it appear, and then you've got to open the lockbox, which is basically a safe. And I'm going to interrogate this guy right now too. I told you this is the game where I'm actually decent. Anyway, obviously you're open to enemy fire at when you're interrogating somebody, and as you can see, teammates bandaging me right now. That's you can, if you're a support class and you have a certain perk, you're able to bandage your teammates, heal them while in battle, which is very essential in the interrogation game mode, because if they're down, obviously the other team can try and interrogate them and figure out where your lockbox is. So, we've found the lockbox. The match is 15 minutes long. Get to a certain point on the lockbox, you'll see it looks like a safe. I'm going to revive the teammate right now. So essentially what you're trying to do is get to that lockbox and open it up before the other team can. In this particular game, we were playing really well together. The Last of Us multiplayer experience is contingent upon, you know, finding a decent team, a lot like Gears of War. If you guys just run off on your own, if everybody's off on their own doing their own thing, you're going to die pretty quickly. So you need to stay together as a pack, and staying low is usually a good recipe for success. The radar, if you have, you can see people if they shoot or if they sprint. There's ways to sort of mask yourself, and you can also mark targets, like in Gears of War, where everybody can see somebody, when all your teammates can see somebody you've marked for a brief period of time. And obviously you can always see through walls and see where your teammates are. Yeah, it's who you're matched up with on a team is obviously based upon which faction you choose in the beginning, and that's actually the name of the game mode, is multiplayer factions. And honestly, I'm having a lot of fun with this particular portion of the game. Obviously, the single player, if you've seen or read the review, is just one of my favorite video game experiences. Naughty Dog could have done well just to, you know, said, hey, we're just going to kind of phone in the multiplayer. But they didn't. This is a very fun, and you can see I would interrogate that person if we still had to do that, but obviously we found a lockbox, so I just go for an execution. And I'm probably about to get shot. This guy's kind of hiding around here. That's a smoke bomb. It's going to go off. Yep, there it goes. And I'm unlocking the safe right now. As you can see, this is the lockbox. As you go, you want to make sure that you get past one of those levels before you back up and stop using combination, because you lose your progress if you don't do that. So this guy's close. See, once you kind of have the lockbox, and the other team doesn't have the lockbox, you can kind of interrogations or anything like that. There's a distinct advantage to getting the lockbox before the other team does so, and obviously you can't have two people doing the combination at the same time. My favorite pistol right now is obviously the Shorty. It's a two-shot shotgun that just makes quick work of your opponents. The Molotov is a good way to take out groups of enemies. And as you progress through the levels here, you become, you know, obviously you gain more weapons, things like assault rifles, things you can purchase as you move forward. And there is a little bit of a learning curve, I will say. My first way to take out multiple people with a Molotov. There's a bit of a learning curve, I will say. It was a little bit frustrating just first starting to play this game. But there's decent community out there, I think, that's really interested in you know, teamwork and that kind of thing. And it's pretty quick to pick up. The other two modes are what's called Survivors, which is kind of a Counter-Strike sort of inspired mode, except there's no objective. You're just trying to take out all the other members of the team, of the opposing team, before all of your members are dead. So it's kind of like deathmatch with no respawning. And there's 4 or 5 different rounds. I think you have to win 5 rounds in order to win the match. So it's best of 9 in that sense. And the other mode is Supply Raid, and that gives you a pool, also sort of Gears of War inspired. That gives you a pool of lives to play against, and just traditional deathmatch. So as you can see, we made quick work of these guys, and that is Last of Us multiplayer. Stay tuned to catch back more.